Welcome to the Shift into What's Next podcast, where embracing change can ignite a world of possibilities. Hey now, I'm your host Elise Ancel, and welcome back to a space where we have real conversations about the challenges that try to shake us but don't break us. Today we're talking about a kind of S.O.S, but not the distress signal you might be thinking of. No, this one, it stands for Snatched Out Suddenly, because when God moves, He moves fast. Nowadays, when people talk about getting snatched, they're usually referring to hitting the gym, upgrading their look, or even some type of cosmetic work. But this kind of snatch that I'm talking about, oh, it's definitely on a whole different level. Because when God snatches you up and out, it's not about appearance, it's about deliverance. You ever been in something so deep, so messy, you didn't even know how you'd make it out? And then bam, just like that, doors close, situations shift, and before you even realize it, you've been snatched out suddenly. You know, that situation that felt like it had you trapped? Like no matter how much you tried to fix it, figure it out, or make it work, nothing was changing. And then, just when you thought it was going to take you under, God stepped in and snatched you out. Maybe it was a relationship you kept holding on to, even though you knew it wasn't right. You told yourself it would get better, that you could make it work, and then something happened. A truth got exposed. A door slammed shut. And even though it hurt, deep down, you knew that was your way out. Or maybe it was a job you stayed in way too long. It drained you, frustrated you. You didn't get any type of recognition or enough recognition, but you stayed because it felt secure. Then suddenly, the company changed, the position ended, or a new opportunity showed up that you never saw coming. At first, it felt like a setback, I'm sure, but looking back at it now, that was God's setup. And sometimes, it's just life. You lose something, a friendship, your finances take a hit, your plans fall apart. You start wondering, why is everything going wrong? But then, over time, you see it differently. That loss, it was really God making space for something better. Here's what I've learned. When God snatches you out of something, it's never to leave you stranded. If He pulls you out, it's because what you were in was never meant to keep you. And if you feel like you're still in the fire, don't panic, because sometimes the fire isn't there to destroy you, it's here to refine you. Think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's experience in the Bible. They got thrown into the fire, but they didn't burn. The only thing that burned were the ropes that had them tied up. Sometimes what feels like your hardest season is actually God freeing you. Let's take a second to think about this for a moment. Have you ever looked back and realized something you thought was a loss was really God saving you? In the moment, it felt messy, but now you're thankful for the rescue. What's one time in your life when you got pulled out of a situation you thought you needed? A relationship, a job, a mindset? Whatever it was, what did you realize once you were out? And here's a real question. What if God's trying to snatch you from something right now? Do you feel it? That little nudge? What's keeping you from letting go? And finally, what's one lesson you've learned from past seasons when you were snatched but saved? How has that changed the way you trust God now? Here's what I want you to take with you today. The fire you're feeling, it's not here to take you out. It's here to take you higher. God's timing is always perfect. And whatever gets burned away in the process, you didn't need it for where you're headed anyway. So if you're feeling the heat, don't panic. Just watch what happens when God does what He does best. Snatches you up, saves you, and sets you up for greater. Until the next time. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like, share, or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear how your shift is unfolding.